In order for Tron to run smoothly, they need two things. They need energy. This is your energy bar, and here's your bandwidth bar. Now, and they give you energy and they give you bandwidth slowly, very slowly. And then as soon as you do a transaction, boom, it is done. It is gone, as you can see here. Now, the best way to make sure that you have enough energy, bandwidth, and that your transactions go smoothly, especially if you have several transactions going on daily, is to whether they call it staking or freezing. Here they call it staking, in other places they call it freezing. I'm going to tell you about that. But in your account, you should leave at least 50 to 100 Tron always left behind. Don't empty out your wallet address. Like if I have 156, I don't want to spend 156. I want to spend 100, leave at least 50 to 100. Also, do the staking or the freezing, and this way you always have a little extra. Now there are two ways to do this. Now when I go here to stake, what pops up, as you can see, is this page. Now they don't have the staking the way they used to have it, and you now either obtain it. There are two things you could do. I just learned this. Obtain it is here, and rent it is here. And here it's telling you exactly how much energy you have and how much bandwidth you have. Your account should be connected to this site. As you can see, my account is connected here, and it tells me exactly how much how much bandwidth I have, how much energy. Not much. So I can go to obtain, and in obtain is I'm going to, this is basically now called staking. It was called freezing, and we can freeze for Tron power and bandwidth, or for power and energy. We could do either or. You know, since you need some of both. Most of the time you do get more bandwidth than energy, so you might have at least 50 to 100 in here, the minimum. Make sure that your address is here, and then you have to confirm that you are going to leave whatever, here they say stake or freeze whatever number of Tron. If I put 100, it will say that I confirm to stake 100 Tron for at least 72 hours. So you're kind of lending it to them for 3 days. You know, you're not giving it to them, and you can always take it out, and you can unfreeze it if you have enough energy and you're going to do a transaction. You can always unfreeze it, but always have some left behind. Now, I just learned there's another way to do this. Instead of freezing or staking, let's go to renting. Now we can rent some, and I have to connect my wallet to it so that it recognizes my wallet. Here's my wallet address. And now I can rent, and I buy. Basically what you're doing is you're renting, you're buying, you're paying for it. You're not going to get it back, but you're going to rent it for, you're going to kind of freeze it, but you're not getting this amount back. You're going to pay whatever you're going to freeze. So let's say, as you see here, it looks like it's a minimum of 1,000. So if I put 1,000, I can decide how many days I want to rent it for, and I can add, subtract. It's a minimum of 3 days to 30 days. If the receive address, if I'm going to send this somewhere else to a different one, then I would put that in here. But since I'm going to send it to my own account, I don't have to put anything here. And I can see that it's going to cost me 8 TRX. So it says getting the same energy requires at least burning 14 TRX. So getting the same energy requires at least freezing 3,253 TRX. So let's say I decide that I'm going to pay 8 TRX for 7 days. Let's say 7 days. Okay, so I had to click that. I had to click that on here too, so that this propagates. So it's going to cost me 17 TRX in order for me to rent 1,000 TRX. Now, I have to admit that I'm not sure if this TRX is going to be there, 1,000 TRX, throughout the 7 days, or am I going to be using that TRX? Actually, the TRX, the energy that I'm going to be using is 30,744, more or less. Now again, I don't know if I'm going to be if I have 30,000 for the next 7 days, or that I'm gonna be burning that 30,000. So every time I make a transaction, it goes down. So just so you know, I'm not really sure about that. I haven't been able to find that answer. If you know, so you want to know. But regardless, it's only going to cost me $17, and you're not getting this. Excuse me, not $17. 17 TRX. TRX is approximately 10 cents right now. So you're talking about $1.70 is what you're giving in there, so that you have at least 30,000 energy points in there, so that you could use throughout these 7 days. And then you would say pay for that, and it would take it out of your account. So when you go to pay, let's see what happens. Okay, when you pay, it tells you the amount that you are, let's say, renting is with 1,000 TRX, approximately 30,744 energy for 7 days. So if you got a lot of movement going on, then you may want to do it this way and just pay the little extra, so you don't have to bother with the problem and stuff. Or you could freeze it. Remember, when you freeze it, you're putting it in there frozen. You cannot use it until you unfreeze it. You leave it there for at least 3 days. Then you say pay now, and it's going to give you that energy. So there are 2 ways to do this now. So I hope that was helpful, just to get the idea of how to go about making sure that you have energy and you have bandwidth. See, I have no energy here. So when I go to make a transaction, I should either stake or freeze, freeze or stake, which is the same thing. It was called freeze before. Now it's called staking. Or I could then go and remember, if I click on there, it's going to take me to the point, and it's going to take me here. So if I go to obtain, I have to do it this way. And if I go to rent, I go through this way. So, and when I rent, I pay exactly whatever it is that they are off, or whatever it is, the number of days that I want. And the amount, I could do 15,000 for 7 days. And it tells you it's 256 TRX. And this way you'll always have energy. You're going to have for 15,000, you're going to have what's that number? It's hard to see. 461,156 energy points. So that's just an idea you can work with. This is Edwin Cabrera signing off here.